Good afternoon. My name is Mr. Vesbach, and I am the Algebra 1 teacher for your student. I wanted to just take a moment and share with you some of the resources that your student has readily available to them during the course of their instruction in algebra. So this is their Schoology page. All of their courses will be obviously listed for them, and this is the specific algebra course. And this is how they will access those resources. So on this page, the very top link is the Algebra 1 textbook. They've been using that all semester long. That shouldn't be an issue. Right here is the contact information for all the teachers, all of our Zoom links that they're using to get into classes. The independent practice folder is here. Their assessments are here. And so that is something that they're familiar with. But what I wanted to make a point of showing is what is available on this Algebra 1 class schedule and how it compares to what we're doing in actual class. So I mentioned down here are the Desmos links that students use. When we are going through class in Desmos, we are not necessarily afforded the time to hit on every single example for that class. We only have 50 minutes, and so it's a compressed amount of time, right? And so we do the best we can, but we don't always get through everything, and it's kind of done in a different style than what maybe a student might be used to. And so what is available through these resources on the other one schedule might offer another way for students to see the lesson again, but then also see some notes from that class. So let me just show you what's available here. You click on this, it's essentially a schedule of what we're going to be doing and what we've done in the past. So this last class on February 9th, we did linear inequalities, right? And so what you see here is a link to a video and a link to completed notes. If you go back to the previous class, look, you see the same thing on February 5th. We did modeling linear relationships. And so we have the link to the video and link to notes. Those are the two things I want to focus on and make sure you're aware of. So let's say a student is absent or class went too fast and they missed something, or an internet connection went out and they missed something, wherever the case may be, right? Life happens sometimes. If they click on just the completed notes portion, it's exactly what it says it is, but it's actually a little bit better than what they could have gotten out of class because, as I mentioned earlier, we have some time constraints where we don't really have the time to go through every single example that we give them, but every single example is completed in these notes. And so it might be a good way to get some additional understanding for your student, okay? In combination with that, students should also or could also use the video, okay? And so again, in the Desmos, when we're doing it in class, we don't necessarily have the time to go through every single example. However, in the video, I do go over every single example, and I do go over it in detail. And so, and it's not exactly the same way. So it might be explained in a different way than what was explained in the Desmos. It's not necessarily getting us to a different understanding. It's just presented maybe in a slightly different way because I'm essentially doing a direct instruction here. So the nice thing about this is that I timestamp all the examples. So let's say you're a student, the internet cut out at 15 minutes in the class or whatever the case may be, right? You got to example 3, but you missed the last one. Well, I timestamp all of these so the student can go right back to where they left off or go to an example that they really just need some further instruction on, okay? So that literally does that. So if you want to go to example 5, timestamp it. Yeah, there it goes, example 5. So just wanted to make sure that you're aware of those resources and make sure that, you understand that they're available to get some extra instruction. So if you have any other questions about any of that stuff or anything in general, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help. Hope you guys have a great afternoon, good morning, or good night, wherever you're at. Take care.